How about, what episode are we at now?
We are at episode 120.
Can you imagine 120 episodes
Wow.
of the Global Diamond Broker, that's me by the way, Hard Truth Diamond Podcast, 1 week at a time. I think there was 1 week where we had to skip detailness, and now we're back rolling and we are
Moving and
offering
grooving.
insider information and owning diamonds today.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about Argyle pink diamonds.
Yeah, beyond rare.
She made me wear this shirt. I didn't want to. I was going with green for the money that can be made still off a part of the
Yes.
industry
That is
where there
correct.
is truly an investment value based on their rarity.
Yeah.
And not white diamonds, you guys. They're going to try and sell it to you this holiday season. And I have a solution for anybody who's trying to understand just what a bad financial investment a white diamond is today. We'll talk about that today. We're going to talk about Argyle pink, of which I was one of the first 5 authorized partners for the world famous Argyle pink diamond mine. And I'm going to tell you some fascinating insider stories from when I started with Argyle way back in I know I don't look that old. I get that expression. 1989.
Wow.
If you can imagine, in Antwerp, Belgium. When 9 out of 10 diamonds used to go through Antwerp, Belgium, you know where they go through now? 9 out of 10, India.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to be talking. And we have a question. Do you
Yes,
want to
we
start
do.
with the question?
Yeah, we have a viewer's question from our podcast last week. Let's pull it
Please
up.
ask questions. They asked us to talk about
That is correct.
the process of separating mine diamonds from lab-grown diamonds.
That is correct. And should we also let them know that they mentioned a machine?
Yeah, let's
that,
talk about that De Beers machine.
Yeah, so one of the questions was from our viewers. His name is Rick. Thank you, Rick, for sending in this question. He said that he wanted to know the De Beers new machine that claims to be able to tell the difference between natural and lab-grown diamonds. And the machine is named Diamond Proof. And it's funded by De Beers. So he kind of wants to know, is that something that can really tell a difference? And what your thoughts were in regards to this.
So what I do whenever I have a technological answer that I already know the answer to, is I go out to one of the leading scientists in the world, Branko Deljanin. He's been on here before. He may be the leading, of course, according to a lot of people, but there are a lot of people who, there's not a lot of people who really spend their lives on diamond science, and he's one of them.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't checked that podcast out, check it out.
For sure.
Because he does light a diamond on fire.
Oh,
Change
that's
its color.
right.
Yeah,
that's
remember?
right. Yeah.
You were so scared you had the fire extinguisher right beside you.
Yeah, every time I'm sitting beside you, I feel I should have at least a fire extinguisher.
Whoa!
'Cause you're kinda
Because I'm
hot.
the spice. I'm
You're
the
kind of
hot.
hot, right? Okay, so, and you're a mother.
Oh my! You
8-year-old,
always have to say-
8-month-old child. It's impressive.
Thank you.
Right? Like you're an impressive woman. Where was I? What was I going to
Answering
do?
the question about the
Oh, so
machine.
I text Branko Deljanin, who's somewhere in Europe right
Yep.
now, or in India. He's still in
Yeah,
India, putting on classes, and he said there is not, capital letters, one single instrument that can ID 100%. So look, this is the problem. It's the same problem as before. There's not a single instrument that can tell you 100%. So anyway, the application that they're talking about, is it Rick? You said
Yeah, that was Rick, yeah.
Rick is for the melee, is for the tiny diamonds, is to be able to pour them into a machine that will be able to, because that's such a huge part of the industry.
Yeah.
And they don't really care.
No, they don't.
Because of the dollar versus, value of those stones. They don't really care if some are mined or some are lab grown, but it won't be 100% foolproof. I'll tell you where they do care is on the bigger, more valuable diamonds.
That is correct.
Where it's even more of a challenge, and often they have to use more than one machine.
Of course.
So to get those small diamonds verified as much as they can, they have an application, but it is not 100%, which is what we've said. There are other machines in the marketplace. The one on your jeweler's shelf where your jeweler will swear by it. I'm sorry, it is not conclusive. And conclusive is the word they all use. You know, even at the GIA, the most advanced laboratories in the world, often they have to use more than one machine to be able to understand whether it's a mined or lab grown, and even then it can be a best guess, especially when you get into the super valuable,
of course,
of the flawless and the anyway. So there's your answer, Rick. Thank you. If you guys got questions, we've got answers.
Yes,
let us know. We're here to help.
I know.
So Argyle Pink Diamond Mine.
Yes, there's a lot of juicy information about the Argyle Pink Diamonds.
You know, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
So many things come to mind when it comes to me and Argyle Pink Diamonds, because
you can go on and on.
I was one of the first people in the world to really become involved with pink diamonds. And understand this, where the value of pink diamonds was really appreciated was predicated on their rarity coming out of the earth.
Yes.
And so you guys who aren't aware of this, there was one mine, the Argyle mine out of Perth, Australia, that, and as you know, the reason we're in Vancouver, we like to be where the mines are, because they're the source, not some district in New York or some district in LA or Dubai. Those are all secondary markets. We deal in primary markets, no middlemen for you. When you buy the world's most beautiful diamonds at prices at Dubai comparison globally. Oh my God, I couldn't help that. But literally, the Argyle Pink Diamond Mine, I started dealing in a little room in Antwerp, Belgium, when I had and really two great honors. I was a buyer in the bourse, in the world famous Antwerp Diamond Bourse.
Yes. When
9 out of 10 diamonds went through Antwerp.
Yep.
And the Argyle Pink Diamond Mine, Patrick Coppins, is who I dealt with way back then, who's now the head of the Argyle Pinks, as they wind down after the mine closed a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And we would sit in a room in Antwerp, Belgium, and I would look at pink diamonds from the Argyle Diamond Mine, and they would, in those days, they were quite plentiful.
Yeah.
And they would leave me there with piles of little pink diamonds of different shades and colors. Wow. And I would sit there with my tweezers and my loupe. Yeah. As an expert, one of the leading experts in the world. The goat, really.
The goat.
And I would hand select each diamond for its saturation of color. It's so beautiful. Oh. And its beauty. I still have a few of those stones kicking around here. You know, one very super rare diamond, if you're in the market for real investment diamonds. Whites will never cut it anymore. It never did, but certainly today, if you don't get that whites are in more abundance, Google it, than could ever be sought of as an investment. Yeah. But the Argyle Pinks certainly are, and since the mine closed, and we have some of the rarest diamonds the mine has ever produced, featured in Argyle Pink Diamond Tenders, where I would travel to places like Hotel de Berguet in those days.
In Switzerland.
In Geneva, and be invited as one of the handful of people in the world to bid on these diamonds. Yeah. Diamonds where I was successful. Yes. Which today are worth 10, 20, and 30 times.
Yeah, what they were worth before.
Right? Yes. It's just so crazy.
I know.
So for you who are thinking investment, they are protected.
Yes.
categories of diamond world. Certainly Argyle pink diamonds is one of them.
They are, yeah.
We'll talk more about today's pink. We'll talk more about other colors as we move forward on the show. But today's a tribute to Argyle pink diamonds.
I love that, yes.
Okay.
We should have a separate series on getting to know the GOAT, the stud diamond himself.
The diamond stud.
The diamond stud, because people want to know. You have all these incredible stories that you always bring to the podcast. We get little snippets of your life, and it's so interesting. We should just dedicate a podcast to some of your experiences.
You know,
and
I've
stories.
been blessed, and I'm by far the most experienced person at every level
Yes.
of the industry. You know, when we talk about this, and you know, as you all know, my favorite subject is myself.
Yes, it
So
is.
if you want to talk, Marin, just cut it out, okay? But when we talk about the Argyle Pink Diamond Mine and how well they manage this asset of theirs, I mean, it's just, even today, it can be verified.
Yeah.
It's not like a white diamond or most colored diamonds. You can verify it at the mine. They had the forethought to add a certificate and a serial number to each of their diamonds that you can literally log on and know that your Argyle Pink is the real deal.
Is the real
and
deal,
it came
yes.
from the most protected diamond mine in the world.
Yeah.
The most environmentally friendly diamond mine in the world. And yeah, as a hard asset investment, a lot of very wealthy, very shrewd people, very savvy diamond owners, which is really our clientele, become one, know what's going on with them and their potential for financial appreciation.
Yeah,
a finite amount, 90% plus, and I can promise you this, it was over 95% of the world's pink diamonds
Wow.
come from the Argyle Pink Diamond Mine, which closed.
Yes.
So you have this hard asset that's pink. Girls tend to like them.
Yes.
Although I hate my t-shirt, she made it. Everything looks good on me.
Oh, everything looks
Like,
good.
let's not forget. But this mine that's now closed, and
Yeah.
these things are appreciating in value
They're
in
going
specific
up.
categories like
Yes.
crazy.
They're going insanely crazy. So if you have one, it's good to keep it and hold on to it, or look for one and try to invest in it, because I know
That's
that
right.
you have. Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, I wish that this one was a real one.
You seem to be quite transfixed with that one. So that was actually a gift from my daughter
I love it.
when we used to be heavily involved in the Argyle Pink
Yeah,
Diamond
isn't
Mine
this cute?
before it closed.
Yes.
Yeah, it is cute. I
It's
love
a
that.
paperweight, though, right?
Don't break it or anything.
No, of course not.
No, it's real. If it was real, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I would
Put it around my
own
neck.
my own
See,
island.
this is what I'm looking for when it
Right?
comes
That's,
to a necklace.
you know, size counts, clearly.
Counts.
So,
But-
go ahead.
Okay, let's finish with what you had to say, because I want to bring up some rare colors of diamonds.
Really?
Yes.
No, I thought we're talking about pink.
We're talking about pink, but I wanted to bring up the Beyond Rare tender in their series.
Oh, that is pink. This is
Yes.
so the tender's coming up again. The
Yes, it
tender's
is.
changed a lot over the years. It's funny because I'm looking right now at a piece that I created using Peter Bruder, who's done jewelry for the Queen of England. Our
Thank you.
designs are
Sure.
beyond repair,
Right.
beyond compare. So this is in the books Diamonds by Branko Deljanin, the scientist.
There's the-
And it has a bit of a story from
Yeah,
Switzerland,
let's hear it.
from one of the tenders I attended. Now, initially the tenders weren't for the public. They were just for the dealers. Today
Okay.
they let anybody in who has $1 billion because it's a blind tender
Yeah.
where you don't know what anybody else is bidding
Right.
and you have to use your knowledge. A
Your
little
sixth
bit.
sense.
I've been very successful at the tenders. We have a stone now that is a half-carat tender stone from 2009,
Nice.
which was a beautiful tender for the color of the stones.
Yeah.
And there's this whole, if you guys are interested in this sort of investment, reach out. I can help you, walk you through the whole process. But this was 2002.
Ooh,
Hotel
2002.
de Berguet,
Yeah.
in which at that time it was rated the #3 hotel in the world. I had the exclusive invitation to go by, and I did. And that hummingbird was a bit of a story.
Yeah.
So I had an office in Antwerp, Belgium in those days, and I have some great stories about when we went to this particular tender.
Yeah.
We got on a plane in Antwerp, a small plane in Antwerp, where myself and my lifelong friend Stefan Grijsbert, the son of Eddie Grijsbert, my mentor, who was the former De Beers site dealer. I really am the goat, eh?
You are.
It's amazing. Anyway, I got to we got on the plane. We were the last ones getting on this little plane. And as we headed down the runway to fly to Geneva on a small plane, we were getting near the end of the runway, and we're not lifting off. And I'm sitting up there going like, shouldn't we be in the air by now? Like, so all of a sudden the pilot puts on the brakes, stops the plane, and asks Stefan and I to move to the back of the plane because we were too big and too heavy for the nose to come.
Get out of here.
True stories. True story. So we moved to the back of the plane. The guy drives back down the runway, takes off, and we lift off. And the next thing we know, we're checking into Hotel de Berguet in Geneva. No, I don't care. Like, we're some big boys. It's 6'3", 2 something.
Wow.
Anyway, so from there, it became even more interesting, is now we're where the tender is.
Yeah.
And the tender is super high security.
Of course.
The most security in the industry. And so there's all these ways I can't even tell you about now because of the agreement I have with Rio Tinto, that they manage the tenders for security purposes, especially in those days.
Yeah.
And so we go in and it's our turn. I'm not going to go through all the security protocols today. I would in person. But we get to do our offers. And we're done. It's around 1 in the afternoon. It took us about 3 hours to get through all the stones and make offers. To find out later, we had acquired the 2 most important diamonds in the tender.
Wow.
And we go outside. There's this it's a gorgeous day, and we're outside on a deck, and there's these little bumblebees flying around us, tiny little, and I'm swatting at them, and they're all over the place, and there's all these beautiful flowers out on the second floor deck at Hotel de Berguet. And then we realize they're not bumblebees, but they're hummingbirds, and they're hummingbirds about this big.
Tiny.
You guys. Tiny.
Yeah.
We thought they were bumblebees.
Yeah.
Well, I thought they were bumblebees. Anyway, as to mark the trip, we created this wonderful piece called, I think we called it the butterfly. And it's kind of an interesting piece of jewelry because it has Argyle pink diamonds, natural blue diamonds.
Show everyone again. This is the
right?
story that he's speaking about.
It's got a chameleon diamond in the eye, since you were talking about heating up diamonds and color change in diamonds.
That's so cool.
And I hired Peter Bruder. I work with a lot of international designers. Kimmy, we're going to talk about next, is a designer with us. Kimmy Bosley, our team designer. It became a significant piece.
Yes.
With as rare a diamonds as you get in the whole wide world.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, hey?
Wow.
So, and it's featured in a couple of books now I'm aware of. And anyway, that's what we do around here. The world's most beautiful, the world's rarest.
I love it.
At
Storytelling
prices
is
set to 5. Please get a price quote from us. So, Kimmy Bosley. Let's fast forward from 2009 to 2000. That's 2002.
Yes.
To 2010.
Yes.
Where the team from the Argyle Pink Diamond Mine shows up in our beautiful offices in the World Trade Center here in Vancouver, where we were for 2 decades.
Yeah.
We are working with Argyle themselves to raise money for the Breast Cancer Foundation.
Beautiful.
And this is, many of you have met our designer. She's amazing. Her work is amazing.
Yeah.
If you haven't had a ring or a piece designed for you, let us set you up with an appointment with Kimmy.
Yeah.
But in those days, or even now, we certainly give to charities, but we were working with the Breast Cancer Foundation and created a piece with them where a global piece, because our mission is global, where we had the whole team from Argyle
Wow.
come to our offices in Vancouver to support what we were doing with our charity.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
20.
2-0? I'm winning 2-0?
20.
Oh,
20.
oh, we're at 20 minutes apparently. So, so you can see this for those of you who want to. But my relationship with Argyle until the mine closed was an extraordinary one. And so,
Yes, it was.
if you're looking for this sort of diamond, again, no middlemen, directly to the mine, and our diamonds are diamonds with a conscience.
Yeah.
So
I
you're
love
not going to get any diamonds that don't have a conscience here.
Yes.
We act globally. We're proud of the fact that our ethical and environmental commitments are, even our economical commitments, the 3 E's.
The 3 E's, which we'll be talking about in the future as well.
Actually, it's 4 E's now because
Oh, yes, 4 E's.
emotionally, you're much better off if you have the world's most beautiful. Just ask her.
Yeah.
And it's ethically and environmentally, what's the word I would use? What's a good word? Ethically and environmentally. Come on, Maren. Don't
And
just.
there was another one too.
Sourced.
Yes.
Ethically and environmentally sourced. There you go. So there was another one?
No, that was it. That was correct.
So you can love your diamond more.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, that's the emotional part. Anyway, so there's Argyle, there's Rio Tinto, there's a part of the protected part of the diamond industry, because I can tell you right now, guys, and you're going to hear all this absolute BS
About the white.
coming up to the holiday about the
Yes.
white diamonds. And let me say this. You want to know what your white diamond's worth? When you go into the jewelry store, get your GIA certificate. GIA, or no way, you're getting sucked in. And have them give you the GIA and ask them to hold it for you for a week
Yeah.
or
that's
2
smart.
days and try to sell it.
Yeah.
Go out into the
see what you
market,
get.
go online and try to get a quote. You're going to be shocked. There's no secondary market. Your diamond's worth next to nothing, comparatively speaking.
Yeah.
And it's not enough that they quote you. Ask them what they'll pay. I run into this all the time where people will say, oh, well, they said it's worth this. Well, ask them to write you a check for it.
True.
No
That's
one's
true.
going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay?
They're just gonna say
Especially now. Stockpiles of diamonds. Stockpiles.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there you go. White diamonds are not a financial investment in an engagement ring. They're not a financial investment. You have De Beers who's manipulated and controlled that market
Yeah, they are.
respectfully, an extraordinary company for generations. They've been busted. It's not the
Yeah.
truth anymore. The
Right.
truth shall prevail.
Yeah, and they have to be a little bit more transparent with everyone, which we'll see if the transparency will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's my pink. You had more stuff you wanted us to
I
talk
wanted
about?
to speak about Rio Tinto with their Beyond Rare Tender
Oh,
series.
that's right. That's coming out.
They're coming out with the Color Awakened series. And basically, they're featuring the last remaining Argyle pink diamonds, which I would love to see because it will be on displays in London, Singapore, and Belgium. And then, of course, the bidding is done end of November.
There's not a
2024.
U.S. tour on those stones?
No. I think
Really?
that was it, yeah.
Wow.
It's all on the other side of the earth. But they have a mix of historic gems from the mine, and as seen as the old masters diamonds. So that's a mix of the rare pinks, red, violets. They also have a rare yellow and some rare white diamonds as well that you can see.
Well, we know the weights aren't that rare.
I know, but I'm
They're
excited.
just, it's only because they're coming from. Look, you can sell anything from that mine for more.
Of course.
Because the mine's closed. It's a
Yeah, it's
legendary
done.
mine, probably the most famous diamond mine
I
of all
believe it
time.
is.
And imagine that I was their authorized
I know.
partner.
Can you still feel it in your hands? Can you still feel your tweezers holding all those
You
pink
know,
diamonds?
some of my best memories are with colored diamonds.
Yeah.
I was involved in them when people used to think the rocks were in my head. Right? Like in those days, De Beers was tipping the drills of their white diamond drills because Rio Tinto, and we've talked about the conflict between these companies before, and De Beers were at war. You didn't know it, but I knew it.
Yeah.
And you can look back now and understand why. It's like why champagne diamonds, which are stunning diamonds, and yellow diamonds, why didn't they become the choice? Why did yellow over champagne? These are things we'll talk about in future podcasts. But if you're interested in Argyle Pink, please reach out. If you're interested in the financial aspects and how to value them, please reach out. If you want to talk to the source, please reach out.
So let's ask one question that a viewer may be asking, because we are talking about the rare pink diamonds, because white diamonds are not a financial investment. So pink diamonds are. So if there's someone out there that's interested in investing in a pink mined diamond, what should the steps they should be taking?
Am I okay? Maren
Yeah,
scolded me before this. Do not touch the microphone. Well, that's
We don't
what I
need the
heard.
beast to come
That's
out
what I
today,
heard.
okay?
That's what I heard.
You're wearing pink. We're in our
Okay,
soft
okay. I'll calm
era
down.
this morning.
Okay. But that's how she speaks to me. That's how I hear it. We're not. Don't touch.
Okay, so
If you guys could see Maren, she's the most innocent, cutest little
we
creature
love
in the
Maren
whole
in
world.
the back.
Marvelous Maren, yes.
We're waiting for that answer. If
So,
they were
so
interested.
first of all, if you're going to invest in a diamond, you need to do your due diligence and your homework.
Correct.
Okay? We help you with that. If you're going to invest in a diamond, you need to know origins and cost. And these are things that aren't easily deduced.
Yeah.
You know, you're dealing with a product when it comes from Argyle that not as you know, we kind of learned, or I kind of learned the hard way, that are not all a good financial investment.
Yeah.
There are stones and colors and degrees of clarity that make it a sound financial investment. That is not all of them. So we've made some mistakes in decades gone by that we've corrected. We know what they are now, and we know the stones that will appreciate and can show you how.
Yeah.
So please don't hesitate. You got questions, we've got answers.
Yes, we do.
Okay, I've had enough of this today.
What, wearing the pink?
Yeah, it's. I wanted to go with green for the money you could make.
I know.
And you made me put a pink
I
shirt
think
on.
pink was great talking about the Argyle pink diamonds today. We can have a little shine in this ugly weather wearing the pink. Add some color to the day.
I'm the global diamond broker. My name's Colin David Ferguson. Think pink.
Think pink.
You like that?
I love that, yeah.
No, I'm so good, eh?
You are phenomenal.
Amazing. We're coming back next week with episode 121. We don't know what that's going to be about yet, but you can be darn sure it's going to include an update on what's going on with the mined and lab diamond industry.
Definitely.
And what else?
And I think that we should also talk about the zillennials.
So
And
that's
how-
your favorite new word.
No, that's a
eh?
new thing. Gen Z and millennials combined. Zillennials. Zillennials. That's me. So I like that.
Are you a zillennial?
I'm a zillennial. But if you guys have any topics or anything you want us to discuss, you know where to reach out to us. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're on it all.
Yeah.
Because we have a social media influencer right here. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I appreciate the attendance. We appreciate the feedback.
Yes.
Maren, thank you so much.
Marvelous Mary.
Katriina.
Katrina rocks? Or
Katrina
Hurricane
rocks.
Katrina? Or
Hurricane Katrina,
FON, Force
right?
of Nature? I have many names.
I came up with
Those are
all
all
of
your
those.
names, yes. Yes, it is.
Anyway, we're happy you could come by and listen to us again.
Yes.
Reach out. We're really approachable, except for Maren. God bless you guys. We'll see you next week.